So one of the military details that we all came to pay attention to, if not understand, during the first few years of the Iraq War was about military vehicles and whether or not they were effectively serving the troops that relied on them during the early years of that war. We all learned about Humvees, about the limitations of Humvees, about troops making their own armor for Humvees, and then about the new mine-resistant vehicles that were developed because of those problems, this V-shaped holes. We all started to learn about those things. In terms of the Afghanistan war, particularly since the surge in troops here, we don't hear that much about the vehicles here and whether or not they're really working for our American soldiers here. Doesn't mean, though, that I'm not curious. We're going to the motor pool. So I'm here with Sergeant Robert Schmidt, who is one of the non-commissioned officers who's in charge of personal security, which means moving people around in convoys, right?
That is correct,
Here
Rachel.
in Kabul. We're at Camp Phoenix, which is here in Kabul. Sergeant Schmidt, when he's not here, is home in South Dakota as a state trooper. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Very much. Thank you very much, Rachel.
So let me ask you about the mix of vehicles that we're seeing out here. What are Humvees used for? Are they still used for transportation off base here in Kabul?
They are, Rachel. The Humvees are still used for transportation off base. The biggest limiting factor with them is there's just not as many seats. There's only 2 rear seats in the back, so hauling people around, you're hauling around at 2 at a time.
Okay.
So,
in terms of the safety of the Humvees that we see here, in terms of blast resistance and other safety features, what are the considerations?
The considerations with the Humvees, these are all up armored Humvees, so the blast resistance is quite a bit more than the regular Humvee of the years past. Okay. There are some disadvantages towards the other armored vehicles that we have with a different body style type, but they also have some advantages when it comes to maneuverability and so on.
So disadvantages, comparing Humvees, which have a flat bottom, to MRAPs, mine-resistant armor-protected vehicles?
Ambush protected.
Ambush-protected vehicles, those have the V-shaped holes.
That is correct, yes.
So what's the Humvees have? What's the advantage of Humvees over those V-shaped holes?
The advantage of the Humvees with over the V-shaped holes is more for maneuverability in smaller spaces. For protectability, the MRAPs actually have an advantage over the protectability of the soldiers.
They're safer, but they're harder to move around.
Yes, that is correct.
And there's a lot of different MRAPs. There's a lot of different vehicles with this V-shaped hole, this mine resistance.
That is correct.
And what's the range? What are the different types of vehicles that you've got as
some of the ones that we walk by here, one of the smaller vehicles here, that is considered an MATV.
Okay.
That is it's a smaller version of a big MRAP there. It hauls less people around, but it still has that V-shaped hull to be able to deflect the blast of an explosion. Okay. And some of the inside there, they actually take the concussion away from the actual individual soldier. Okay. So if they are rocked by a blast.
What else can we see from here?
This is actually a larger MRAP there. This would be a Category 1 MRAP. Has a bigger engine. Still has the same V-shaped hull. One of the things that they want to make sure that we address here is, even with the smaller vehicles, they still have the same V-shaped hull and the same strength there for troop safety in the inside. So, okay. These vehicles here are just a different configuration to be able to hold more troops and haul more soldiers around, and they can also be put into ambulances and a few other things there to be able to have other duties than just troop movement.
So once you start with the mine-resistant feature that is the V-shaped hull, you can have all sorts of different configurations, different sizes. You can fit more or less people in them, and different kinds of cargo or medical.
That is correct, Rachel.
Okay. When I was in Kandahar with the 82nd Airborne, I have to say the MATV was everybody's favorite.
Yes. Here, it obviously, with the traffic situation in the Kabul area, spaces are tight. There's a lot of vehicles. It's very congested. So the MATV is easier to get around. But with our strategy that we have here, we're partners with the Afghan people on sharing the road. So we just have to have good communication, just like you do back in the United States, of being able to give and take when it comes to driving. So.
Okay. You don't want to have the monster truck effect.
No, you do. You do not. Absolutely not. So.
In terms of your wish list, I mean, if you're in charge of the security of people who you are convoying through Kabul, if you could wave a magic wand and change the vehicles you've got or create a new vehicle, is there something that sort of on your wish list, something that would work better than what's available to you now?
Actually, the vehicles we have right now for our mission here in the Kabul area are quite adequate.
Yeah.
I like the protectability that the MRAP offers the soldier. It gives them a little more peace of mind. Obviously, we're not invincible out there, but it's just knowing that that vehicle there is just like any more protective gear that we have is just one more piece of gear that's going to protect us and make us get home safe to our families.
You feel like the choices
Yes.
that you've got among the different mine-resistant vehicles is adequate?
Absolutely, yes.
When you go home to South Dakota and you're a state trooper again, are you going to miss any of these guys?
Oh, absolutely. There, I form bonds here with the soldiers here that I'm serving with that will last a lifetime. So.
Are you going to miss any of these vehicles?
Yes, I will miss some of these vehicles there. So it's nice knowing that they have the arm and the capabilities of surviving people.
Seriously, if you rolled through Sioux Falls in one of those, could you imagine the impression you'd make?
Oh, absolutely. There, it would be quite nice. You know, you get quite a lot of looks there. So,
Sergeant Schmidt, good luck to you, and thanks for your work.
Thank you very
Thanks
much,
for your
Rachel.
service.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.